Thank you very much. Well, my name, as was said, is Katharina Ballenborg, and I work as a municipal commissioner in Huddinge, a local politician. And it's in the region of Stockholm in Sweden. And Stockholm is our capital, and altogether the region has 26 municipalities. We are the second largest with little more than 102,000 inhabitants. Stockholm has about 875, and the region itself, Stockholm, is about 2.2 million inhabitants. My municipality is a little more than 141 square kilometers, and 1/3 of the area is protected area. So for being a city in next to the capital, it's a very green municipality, which we are very proud of, and I think that's one of the benefits for us. It's also a municipality with several lakes, so we are very benefited in that way. And that, of course, contributes to our health. I'm also a chairperson of our Committee for Democracy and Equality. And except for those questions, I also work with public health. And Huddinge is a member of a network called Healthy Cities. It's an accredited network under the World Health Organization, WHO. And Huddinge, we also have a place in the National Networks Board, where I represent the municipality. And this has meant a lot to me and to Huddinge, because through that network, we have a lot of knowledge, and we have the latest research work from both in Sweden and other parts of Europe. It's a European network, but we have some members outside Europe also. And it's very inspiring, and we can support each other. And the special with this network for public health is that we work together, both politicians and civil servants. And I think that's a very good idea to do that way, because we have different perspectives, but we have the same goals, and we are working with the same questions. Since a couple of years, we also have a cooperation with the Council of Europe, and we are also part of their Democracy Week. We have been there the 2 latest years. The Democracy Days, as we call them in Huddinge, has taken part 3 years. And thanks to that work, we have had the opportunity to let the students from our senior high schools go down to Strasbourg and go there to the youth center in Strasbourg and also meet people in the council learning about human rights. 6 students and 2 teachers were there about little more than half a year ago, and as far as I know, there are no plannings, so other students can go there. And I think to start in early age is the best way to work with these questions, because you have the right thinking from the beginning. Like I said, we have had these days 3 times, and we are very proud, and we feel that they have been successfully from the beginning. And we also been invited to the council, both in Paris and Strasbourg, to tell about our work. Still, we are very humbled, and to come here is a way for us to learn more about those questions, because although we work with them a lot, you can always learn and you can develop. I think that human rights is so much, and it's democracy, it's public health, and so on. But I think it's democracy, it's the foundation of all, because any good ideas, they are not worth much if we don't have the democracy. If we can't vote for the person or the party we would like to, if we don't have the right to even be in politics ourselves. And I think that as a female, I believe I am lucky. I live in an equal country, but still in the highest positions, usually there are men taking them. I think we have a lot to work with there, and I think that equality between men and women is a question that needs to be worked more with globally, because it has a lot to do with power and the development of a country. Human rights is also about being treated equally in all ways. And like I said, if you're a woman or a man, it should not be a barrier for when you choose your work. And even if you are in a higher position, you should be able to go to a board or anything if you're a female. But we still have that problem in Sweden, and I know many other countries also have that. I also think that human rights is not to be withheld information or excluded. And we also work very much with equality in general. And also when it comes to homosexuality, many people are discriminated in many countries. And we know in Sweden that the people who are homosexual, they have worse health than others. The mental health is often worse, and that also gives you less good physical health, so it goes hand in hand. What we also work with is organizations and the society, civil society, and we support an organization that help abused women. We help them with money, and we help them also in other ways. A couple of years together with another municipality, we started something called the Child House. It's for children living under threats, being abused, sexually abused or whatever. And we said that they need to be taken to one place. It's not right that they should go to different places like the police, they go to the hospital and everything. So we try to have it all under the same roof, and the profession comes and meet the children there. They can have the playroom, and it's more like a home environment. But you can do a little, but there's so much more to do in that area. But we see that it's been very successfully. Since many years, we are also working with something called Manual for Participation. It's a book that we took out in Huddinge, and it's used for the dialogue with our inhabitants. As we invite them on a regular basis in different forms, it is good to know that you are doing it in the best way. Because if you invite people and they don't feel that you really listen or follow up their questions and so on, they won't be back. So that has been a great help, and many other municipalities also use this. And there is a shorter version in English if you are interested. We are also very active in the social media and, of course, on Facebook. I think that's a great way to reach many people who never would come to, for example, an open meeting. Not all feel comfortable to speak out in front of others. And if you want to reach the young people, the internet is a great way. And of course, we still arrange open meetings, and we arrange exhibitions and other things as well. But it's a complement. And there are many ways to work to include all. And the Democracy Days like I said, has been one way. During those days, there's been about 55 to 60 different activities. And last time, an association for mentally disabled people had a meeting which they called From Idiot to Citizen. It was their own title, and it was deliberately provocative, and to show the travel for those people. And it was very interesting. And I think if we should talk about human rights, that group is a group that we really need to include more, because they not have the possibilities to speak for themselves as many others do. In Huddinge, we are seeing language skills as an asset, and many people are multilingual in our organization. And for example, immigrants working in our preschools are a great advantage, as they can help children with other mother tongue to develop the language. And but regardless of which language you speak, being able to read and write and express yourself is a very important human right. I think that speaking about those questions, it's also about to help others, not always inside your municipality or in your own country, but even from other countries. And we do have many refugees in Huddinge. And luckily, we have been doing well with helping them to get into education and to work. To conclude this, a few more words before I end. How to become a human rights city is the name for this session. And I would like to end my speech by saying, work for equality, work for respect, and invite all your inhabitants in the developing of your city. Every single one of us have something to contribute with, and take care of that. Thank you for listening.